Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Releasing the video on Saturday today. Usually it's on Friday, but sometimes it happens that I can get it out on Saturday. So today we're comparing the insides of a bunch of these Fender reissued wide range humbuckers. We're going to be taking a look at the pole pieces in the Vintera, standard made in Mexico, and the Squiers, as well as what the construction is on the inside of these pickups. Before we get into that, I want to throw up some pictures of the resistance readings on these pickups. In the Vintera neck, we have 7.6. In the Vintera bridge, we have 9.08. In the Squier neck, we have 7.91. In the Squier bridge, we have 8.29. In the Made in Mexico neck, we have 8.33. And in the Made in Mexico bridge, we have 8.30. It's probably going to take me a little bit before I get these pickups back together and ultimately sell them. So if you have any questions about them while I have the covers off and while they're kind of disassembled, let me know in the comments and I'll see if I can answer them for you. All right, so let's take a look inside these pickups and see what we have. Okay, this is the bridge pickup from the Vintera set. The neck pickup's over here. And what I've done is just taken two of the pole pieces out of the Vintera set. One of the pole pieces is one of the ones you can see from the top of the pickup. And since you can only see 3 and 3, on the underside, the ones that aren't visible from the top are accessible by screws here. So you can actually adjust the pole pieces underneath the Vintera, the standard made in Mexico, and the Squier. You can adjust the non-visible ones from the bottom, which is pretty cool. But what I wanted to do is test these pole pieces to see if they are actually magnets or if they're just steel. Because I've had a few people claim that, well, I guess that they were just under the assumption that the Vintera ones were actually magnets, the pole pieces themselves. So this is one of the pole pieces from the 2020 CuNiFe set, which means that this actual pole piece is a magnet itself. So if I go against the screw, it picks it right up. Obviously a magnet, right? Kind of stands up on its own. Right? That is a magnet. So if these are magnets, they should pick up that screw. Doesn't pick it up, nor does this one. So these are not magnets on the Vintera set. So with the Vintera set, what we do have is these right here. When I popped this open, I saw these. You can see these are like, they look like some kind of metal. And I assumed that these were magnets that are on the sides. But these, I think, are the reflector plates that are talked about in the wide range pickups, in like the, the vintage ones. So, but I checked it, and these are not magnetic at all. Like, it just falls right off. So these are not magnets. They're just, I think they're just steel plates or some kind of metal plate on the side. And it's just like when you have like a steel base underneath a pickup. This is magnetized to the actual magnet there. When you have a steel base on like a tele pickup, or when you put a base on a strap pickup, it changes the sound a little bit. So having these plates on the side does change the tone of the pickup. And if you look in here, you've just got one magnet there. I didn't check to see if this, oh, yeah, it's actually not secured down. So yeah, so it's just like a normal humbucker. You could pop these open and change the actual magnet. I don't know what kind of magnet this is in there, but you could experiment with changing the magnet out, different strengths, different types of magnets. I would imagine with the type of tone we get out of this pickup, the fact that it's pretty bright, I would imagine that that magnet is not an A2. I would say it's probably an A5, which is the most common. Not likely an A3, I would think. It doesn't really have a soft attack. So anyway, pretty easy to keep these magnets organized because this is the CuNiFe, because it's actually a magnet. So we're gonna put that aside. Okay, so the next thing, this is the neck pickup from the Vintera set. And I guess it would make sense if we popped one of these, one or two of these pole pieces out and just check to see if they're magnets as well. I really doubt it, but it's worth a shot. Okay, so this is the neck pickup from the Vintera set, and you can see that this has the same construction. It has these metal plates on the sides, which Ooh. No, it's not a magnet. It was just sticking there from the wax. Possibly from the magnet underneath too. Oh yeah, I guess if you've got it close to the pole, because the poles are picking up the magnetic field of that magnet there. So when you put it on the side of this, nothing. So these aren't magnets. The magnet is in there. Okay, so pole pieces from the Vintera. Not picking up that screw. All good. All right, so yeah, the neck pickup, which is this one, and the bridge pickup are the same deal. The thing I thought was kind of surprising, whoops, about the neck pickup versus the bridge pickup on the Vintera set is that this neck pickup has a ton of wax potting. I can't seem to get this back in. Has a ton of wax potting versus the bridge pickup, which really doesn't have much at all. I would think that you would want the neck pickup to sound a little bit more open and the bridge to have all the potting. Anyway, there's just a ton of wax potting on there. It seems maybe a little bit unnecessary for all of it, but who knows. So next, this is a made in Mexico. It's got wax all over the cover. I gotta clean these covers before I sell them. But this is a made in Mexico standard pickup. I already cut through the solder, and we're gonna pop this open and see what we got going on here. All right, so very different look. If we take a look at, this is a Vintera and this is a made in Mexico. So first thing I notice is that this just has wax all around it. It doesn't have these metal reflectors on the sides. This is just a humbucker. There's a little bit more space in between the coils, I guess. And this also has these little spacers on top, which are not metal. I don't know if that's just to make the covers a little bit higher on the pickup. Who knows? But yeah, so this is just a humbucker, right? And yep, if you look in there, you can see the magnet. Just to be certain, I'm gonna pull out one of these pole pieces, but I think the odds of this thing being a magnet are almost none. We would know. And of course, like if these are magnets, I'm sure they're not the CuNiFe, they're probably just Alnico, which nothing wrong with Alnico, but there's so much mystery and mystique about the CuNiFe. Yeah, that's not a magnet, so let's just put that back in. All right, so that is a made in Mexico standard. Here is the other made in Mexico standard. We're just gonna check it just to see what it is. These were pretty identical in resistance. My pictures will tell me which ones these are. Just put them like that and I'll figure it out later. Maybe that one that has an N on it is the neck. What do you think? But yeah, they were pretty similar in resistance. Okay, so again, this is, I assume this is the bridge, but you know, there's really nothing different going on here. It's got this wax all around it and it's just a humbucker. So I'm not even gonna take these pole pieces out. These are definitely not magnets. And cool. All right, so that's the made in Mexico. Both of them just have one magnet. So I did a Squier as well. This is the Squier neck, and you can see it's made by the G&B Pickup Company. And already cut through this one. We take a look at that. And again, we've just got a big waxy humbucker. And this one actually has this, it's almost like neoprene or some kind of like, it's almost like the mounting foam you get for pickups, that kind of material. But it's around the pickup and then the wax keeps it all together. So, and you can see your magnet right in there. That's the magnet in there. So just basically a humbucker. You can see the leads coming out there onto the terminals and these cool terminals that are here. That's very awesome. Check out the video I did about how to wire this up. This one I didn't wire up as a 5-way. I'll wire it up that way before I sell it. And in here, let's see, you can see that orange. There's like shielding tape, I think, wrapping the actual pickup, and you can kind of see it underneath there too. So I thought maybe there was a reflector plate, but that's just the shielding tape. So yeah, that's the Squier, built basically like the Made in Mexico. Really no discernible difference there. I assume just the windings are different, maybe the magnet's different, maybe the actual coil they used is a different gauge wire. So yeah, the Vintera are definitely a different construction. They have that reflector plate. So I hope that was helpful. I found it really interesting that we have those reflector plates that I've read about in both of the Vintera pickups and none of the Made in Mexico standards or the Squiers. So ideally, I would like to compare what's going on with these less expensive pickups with what we have inside the 2020 CuNiFes, as well as possibly my vintage CuNiFe. Though I have no plans to sell any of my CuNiFes, I'm not so sure I want to rip into them. So if we can get this video up to 1,000 views in the first month, I'm going to open up the CuNiFes. I'm not sure how niche this video is. It might just be kind of hard to get it up to that number that quick, but I just want to make sure if I'm going to do this that enough people are going to want to see it. All right, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.